Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just here to do a quick video. I've done a couple of process videos of popping things or putting things together to make embellishments using the Prima Ballerina kit. And so here is the kind of results of obviously some of those process videos and some extra additional bits and pieces. So I've put a kit together that obviously is going to be available for sale in my Etsy shop. I'm just going to raise my tripod, I think, slightly so that I ensure that I can get everything in. So if we kind of have a look through, now again, I've done a few of these recently. This is one of my really quite large kits. So it is slightly dearer, obviously, than my smaller ones. I mean, I think, you know, I would feel confident that this is containing enough to actually fill an entire journal. But I mean, obviously, it depends how stuffed you like your journals. So, you know, whilst I think it's enough, you know, some people maybe wouldn't. But certainly you've got an abundance of things here. So the whole thing comes bound with this beautiful blue organza ribbon. Love the colour of this, absolutely gorgeous. So if we kind of go through the items, you know, kind of one at a time. So first of all, attached with a little kind of garment, you know, peg, little tiny miniature peg, you've got a little fabric flower that I made there that just is kind of in pretty shades of pink and white and blue. So it kind of coordinates really beautifully with the Prima Ballerina kit. So that's that. And it's just backed onto some card, this one, rather than fabric. But, you know, obviously once you've glued it onto the page, that wouldn't really show. Then you've got a little kind of pouch, which again, I've just glued this together with some hot glue. I've popped some pearl trim down there and some lace trim across the top. And then I just stitched on a little blingy kind of button. So again, it's kind of similar colours to the rest of the kit. And then contained inside there, just check I've got everything. You've got some more of the beautiful pearly trim that we've used quite a bit in the kit, so that you can kind of incorporate that with your journals. And then you've got a couple of beautiful bows. So you've got one in a, it's a very pale kind of aqua type colour. So again, it coordinates really beautifully with the papers and things. Then you've got another one which is a kind of white one, which again obviously coordinates really nicely with the kit. And then you've got this gorgeous little chipboard, you know, actual kind of little wooden tile, which again is just taken one of the items from the kit, popped it on there, and then I've glossy accented that to make a little tile. So you could always kind of pop a little hole with your crocodile on there and kind of have it hanging from a journal or from a tag. Or you could obviously kind of glue it onto something. I mean, funnily enough, when I popped it there, I thought it would actually look really nice just with some ribbon just glued onto there. So that's what's contained inside your little fabric pouch. So I'll just move these bits to one side. So then you've got your first, what is effectively your first item. So this is one of my envelope kind of pockets. So it's basically just an envelope which I've collaged up. I've popped some ribbon across on here with a kind of faux de monte buckle on there. And it's obviously got layered up elements from the Prima Ballerina kit. You've got a bit of stitch in there around the edge of this piece here. And then some little faux de montes kind of up in the corner. And then you've just got some of the lace trim, which I've just inked that up very lightly with the I think it's called Victorian Velvet ink pad. So it's got a very slight kind of pink, you know, hint to it. And then the ribbon just kind of is ending there because obviously the intention is to have this glued onto a page and have it as a kind of top loading pocket. So I would probably glue it on 3 sides and then you've got it as a side pocket and obviously a top loading pocket. Let me just raise my tripod slightly higher actually, hold on. Then we've got a tag in here, which I think we did make this tag together in one of the process videos. So you've got various elements layered up there. And then you've got plain on the back for journaling. And I've just popped that in here just kind of, you know, as an example really. But also obviously keeps it tidy when, you know, assembling the kit. Your next item, you've got a paper bag here. So if I just take the items from the paper bag out, And the paper bag, it's just literally been inked up a little bit around the edges. I've popped on a little flower there from the kit, and then this element from the kit, which I've just again layered it up onto the lace, inked around it again with the Victorian velvet, popped on a little flower and a bow, a bit of that pearl trim there, and a couple of flowers up here. So again, you could kind of pop that onto a page and it would be a top loading pocket. You could have it as a tuck spot, kind of with room behind, you know, however you like really. But that's another item there. Then here we've got an envelope which comes in the kit. I've just glued it together and inked it up a little bit, and then I've popped in there, I've popped on the front, I've popped some lace on there and some of the pearl trim. And then I've popped in, I think we maybe did this together, it literally, I've just torn around one of the elements from the kit and popped on a little bow up there. So really cute, and could just be kind of popped around on a page. You could use it on a tag, you know, however you like really, but super pretty. And then I just popped in a journaling card that kind of coordinates with the envelope. And again, I've just inked up the back with the Victorian velvet. That goes in there like that. Oops, and that also I just popped in there just for safekeeping. Then the next item here, I just created a little flip up here, just using some of that file folder. And I've just layered up various elements on here. You've got some doily, you've got a piece from the kit, some lace down here, more lace trim here, a little bow, a little one of those kind of flowers, and some faux pearl trim, and then some lace across the top. So again, you could just kind of glue that onto a page and you'd have a little flip up there. And obviously the back, you know, you can see where it was a file folder, but that didn't really worry me because obviously I kind of designed it with gluing it down in mind. Oops. Then you've just got an element from the kit, which again, I've just inked that up. And then on here, I've just done a little pocket. So this is one of the pockets that came in the kit. So I've just kind of cut it out and folded it up for you. And then I've just decorated it on the front with some lace trim, some of the pearls. I've fussy cut one of the flowers out, popped another flower there and some lace. And then I did that as a little tuck spot there, where I've just popped in one of the round tags with just a little tiny bow on the corner. So that's just that one there. So I'm just going to pop them all back in the bag so that I kind of remember how it was, because it obviously took me a while to manage to package everything up kind of neatly, because there was such a lot there to get it to kind of neatly stack up. So the next item here, this is a Patricia Viramonte's book page pocket, which I've now obviously glued my tag in. Come out. Isn't that annoying when that happens? So I've just decorated it up. So it's a book page pocket, and then I've decorated it up using a banner from the kit. I've popped some lace trim up there, some pearls, another piece from the kit here, some lace, and a flower there that I just fussy cut from the kit. And then tucked inside there, I just popped a journaling card. It's just got a little mark there where it was glued, I'm afraid, so I will just point that out. But that just, you know, can go in there or wherever you like. And then a little banner there from the kit, which again, I just decorated it up with some lace and some pearl trim. Didn't ink the back or anything because obviously, you know, I'm thinking that it would be glued onto a page. So that's that one. Then I've got another book page pocket here, which I can't remember whether we might have done this together in the process video, but I took one of the elements from the kit and then I've cut her kind of across, but I've glued her onto both the back of the pocket and the front. So it looks like she's in one piece, if you see what I mean, but she's actually, you know, split in two. And then I've popped on some flowers that I've fussy cut from the kit. Some of that gorgeous ruffle down there that I just inked up again with the Victorian velvet. And then I've popped some lace trim down the side, a little bit of pearl trim there, and a flower on there. And then I just popped in one of the large round tags, just with some pearls and some eyelash trim and a bit of lace and a flower on there. So that just tucks in like that. And then the next item, I've got a little pouch here. So tucked into the pouch, I just got some of the stationery from the kit. Again, I've just inked it around, literally just left it as was, but just inked it around. So that's that. And then this little pouch, or kind of decorative bag, I suppose it is. It's kind of made from a bag. And I've just decorated it up with some of the background papers from the kit. I've put some lace down here, some pearl trim. And then on this side, obviously, I've made a little pocket here, which I can't actually even recall how I've made this now, but I might have used the pocket from the original bag and just covered it with the paper. I honestly can't remember, I'm afraid. And then I've popped some lace trim across here, some pearl trim there, a flower, and another one of those gorgeous, coordinating with this, little bows on there. So obviously all this could be deconstructed and used. And then you've got quite a long ruffle here in this beautiful pale blue, which I've stapled it on. So that's how it's held on to the packaging. So if I just take all the items out. So as you can see, this is just kind of a paper bag. I've stapled on the ruffle, and the ruffle goes right the way around the edge. And obviously you've got a little bit of extra hanging here. So if you undid all the staples, you know, you've got that piece of ruffle, which actually is quite a good length, you know, because it's obviously wrapped right around there and stapled back down there. So you've got that as another piece. Just going to pop the stationery back in here. And then contained within that little bag, you've got a little folding kind of matchbook style booklet. So I've just popped some lace down here and some pearl trim, inked the whole lot there with the pinky kind of Victorian velvet, and that just tucks in like that. I really love this one. The delicate kind of pinks, and this looks like a kind of lilac on here. It just looks so pretty. It's really delicate and really beautiful. The colours just turned out really lovely. And then you've just got a flower here, and I just tore a little piece out from the kit and popped it on there. But I really love how that turned out. And I would just glue that onto a page and use it as a kind of tuck spot, and obviously then a little folding piece as well. So that's that one. Then you've got here one of those kind of flip downs that I kind of pinched the idea from Creative Cafe Girl, from Susie over there. Really love using these. So again, it's just some vintage sheet music. Decorated it up there with an element from the kit, put lots of lace along, reinforced it with the lace as per her kind of tutorial. Excuse me for knocking the camera there. And then just popped on some of the background pages, the very plainish kind of pale ones, so you've got lots of room for journaling inside. Again, I really love how this one's turned out. It's really delicate and really pretty. Yeah, I really love the colours on these two. They're just really gorgeous, especially this one actually. Yeah, I don't very often manage to get things so delicate and kind of, you know, not necessarily pale, but just delicate looking, because often I'm drawn to adding a splash of colour, and I would have kind of added a blue or something like that. But leaving it, you know, very kind of subtle, it's really pretty. And I just inked up around the edge of the music paper as well with some of the Victorian velvet, so it's got some kind of pinky tinge around the edge, so it looks really lovely. Then I've got this piece, which I think we've decorated this up on the process video. So again, you could use this as a tag or a tuck spot. Then I did another one, kind of just using up some more of that file folder. So again, I just layered up various elements here. And again, you could use that as a tuck spot or, you know, a tag, or however you like, really. Then I made here a little cluster. So I did actually use scraps of paper for this cluster, and again layered up some various bits, including a bit of eyelash trim and some lace. And actually, again, really love this because, like these, I've actually managed to keep that very kind of pale and delicate colours. So yeah, really like that. Then here I've just got one of my little fold out pieces. I did a tutorial for these. So basically I've glued some string around the back. Now I would glue this onto a page, so obviously then it's easier to maneuver because it's not moving around. I would probably glue it down like that and have it as a kind of side pocket, and then once it's glued down, you can then fold it open like this, so you've got journaling space there, and you can also untuck this piece here from the flap, and you've then got all of that space in there for journaling as well. So, you know, it works better obviously when it's stuck down because it's then not moving around. But I am trying to hold it in place. But yeah, once it's glued onto the page, it's much easier to kind of handle. And then I just took one of the very tiny flowers and popped it on there on some lace and a little bit of faux diamante down there. So I like how that one turned out. It looks pretty. So if we just do that one up. So, I mean, as you can see, it is a massive, massive kit. So loads of bits in here. Now on this one, I've just taken literally a book page pocket and, you know, a book page pocket in the most simplest of terms. So literally it's a couple of book pages kind of stitched together around, layered up some elements from the kit, bits of lace and a flower and some faux diamante there. And then I stuck another piece of paper on the back there, which kind of matches the piece that's underneath, and that's a folding flip there, which obviously folds up. You've got the beautiful image there of the ballerinas. Fold it down, you can just see her, and obviously fold it down, you've got journaling. And again, I've tied that shut just, you know, because I like things tied. If you didn't like it tied, then the glue is literally stuck along the back, and you could just, you know, very easily kind of peel that off. And you could secure that with a paper clip or something, you know, if you prefer. So that's all the items that were enclosed in the paper bag. So that's those. And then the final part of the kit, I've got another pouch here. So this one is just literally made using some of the background page. Just literally folded it in half and glued it down the bottom and the side here. And then I took some of the white ruffle, which I have inked up with the Victorian velvet so that it kind of picks up the colours. I mean, it really looks the same as the colours on the paper. Popped on one of those big blue bows so that it kind of ties in nicely. And then with a bulb pin, I've attached some of the flowers that I really love using, the flower trim. So you've got them to kind of add on your journal and kind of add some extras. And I've also attached with that same bulb pin a couple more of these beautiful vivid blue bows. So again, you can kind of include those around your journal. And don't forget, you have got that long piece of ruffle, which you can obviously snip that down and kind of stick it onto pages. And then you could kind of finish it off with a bow at the end, you know, something like that. And there's plenty of bits with lots of, you know, the blues and things in them as well. So that's that. And on the back I left it plain because I really like the look of that page. And then going inside the pouch, we've got the following items. So I've got here a paper clip, which I just made again using one of the tickets, layered up various elements, some soft net, and just popped it onto a large clip. You've got some diamante on there and a flower. And that paper clip was just holding this little pad that's just taken some of the background pages and made a little kind of pad there with a piece of lace across the top onto this piece, which I've kind of made as a belly band. So I've just taken some of the background page, literally folded it over, doubled it up, stitched around it, popped on a little bit of the fabric ruffle down the bottom, bit of lace at the top, and then I just added a piece of the stationery there, so you've got a kind of bit of extra kind of detail and journaling. And then obviously the paper clip holds it closed, and I just thought for extra detail you could kind of pop the pad in there as well. Obviously that's optional, and you don't have to have it like that. You don't have to have the clip on there. You don't even have to have the stationery on there. If you prefer to tear that off, that would be fine. But that's how that's been done. Then I've got this one here, which I have a feeling we did this in a process video. So it's a little envelope, which I really like how this turned out because I folded it round and kept this flap slightly shorter, which I think is really quite nice. And then, well, I say slightly shorter than this edge, but not as short as a kind of more conventional envelope. So I quite like how that looked. And then we've just layered up some elements with some lace and some fabric ruffle and a bit of diamante down there. Inside we just popped on a bit of flower just for continuity, and then we glued it down as a little envelope, made a thumb hole, and then just popped a journaling card inside there. So again, you could kind of glue that onto onto a page. Let me just pop this in here. You may need to trim that down. It does fit, obviously, but it's quite a tight fit. So that's that one. Then this one, this is the little coin envelope that comes with the kit. So I just decorated it up with a couple of little elements and obviously glued it together. Popped in a piece of the stationery, which I've just inked up with the Victorian velvet. So that just goes in like that. But you see what I mean about the blue. So you've got plenty of pages with the blues, plenty with the pinks and things. So you've got kind of a mixture of the colours here. So that just goes in there. Then here I just made a little kind of cluster, which I would use as a kind of top corner pocket. I would just glue it down on two edges there, have it on the corner of a page, and, you know, tuck things in kind of like that. And I also then made a little kind of tuck spot there where I've popped in one of the postcards from the kit, oops, which just goes in like that. And again, I've just inked up the lace with the Victorian velvet, so it's taken on a kind of ivory, sorry, not ivory, pinky colour tone. So it looks really pretty, and you've got some pearl trim up there. So that one there, which I think is really pretty. Then this one here, I just made another kind of tuck spot. So again, I've just doubled up some of the background page, and I've just layered up various elements from the kit. A piece of doily there, and some lace trim, and again some of that fabric ruffle down the bottom that I've just kind of inked up with some of the Victorian velvet. And again, I would just probably have that as a little corner tuck spot where you would just kind of tuck things in behind there. Then this here is another one of the little pockets from the kit. So this is one of the actual pockets that comes with the kit. So I've just obviously cut it out and folded it in for you. And then just popped on some decorative pieces there, you know, for kind of decoration. And obviously that would just, you know, you'd glue it onto the page, and then you'd just have it as a top loading piece there. And then the final item is again another one of the pockets that come with the kit. So again, I've just cut it out and then folded it round for you, and then just decorated it up with some lace, some eyelash trim, flower, little bow, and some pearl trim down the bottom, and some more little lace down the bottom there. So that's, again, you just glue in like that. So that's all of your items. So, you know, I think you'll kind of agree that it's a massive, massive kit with tons and tons of different elements. So definitely think, you know, for me, this would definitely be enough to, you know, complete an entire journal. Obviously, it does depend how you use it, and obviously it does depend how full you like your journals. But, you know, definitely for me, this would probably be enough for a complete, you know, complete journal. So I hope you like it. As I say, obviously I will pop it into my Etsy shop to coincide with this video going up. And obviously the Prima Ballerina kit itself is also available, you know, in my Etsy if you wanted to kind of make a similar kit or a journal yourself. So I hope that you like it, and thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Thanks then. Bye.